2008. Today, I will present about the functions of diplomacy in Vienna Conventions of Diplomatic Relations in 1961. What is Vienna Conventions on Diplomatic Relations? Vienna Conventions on Diplomatic Relations was established on 14 April 1961 by the United Nations of the Conference on Diplomatic Intercourse and Immunities. It was held at the New Hofburg in Australia from 2 March until 14 April of 1961. The conventions was preamble and contains of 53 articles. The divisions of the conventions into sections and the articles headings originally contained in the International Law Commission's draft was deleted, but they can still serve as the rough points of orientations, the contents of the agreement. The first article containing the definitions and sections on diplomatic relations in general, that was in Article 2 until 20 of Viennah Convention's Diplomatic Relations. The second important section is on diplomatic missions and achieved in Article 21 until 40 of VCDR. The subdivided into subsections on premises of diplomatic missions achieved in Article 21 until 24 of VCDR. One of facilitations of network of the missions is the freedom of movement and the communications in Article 25 until Article 28 of Vienna Convention's Diplomatic Relations. Other than that, on the personal privileges and immunities in Article 29 until 14 of Vienna Convention's Diplomatic Relations. The third section was on the conduct of the mission and of its member towards the receiving state in Article 41 until 42 of VCDR. The fourth section on the end of the functions of a diplomatic agent in Article 43 until 46 of Vienna Convention's Diplomatic Relations. And the fifth section was on non-discriminations and reciprocity in Article 47 of Vienna Convention's Diplomatic Relations. States equal treatments and non-discriminations. And the final clause was on Article 48 until 53 of Vienna Convention's Diplomatic Relations.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr. Nazira. My name is Hafizuddin bin Hashim. My matric number is 259552. Today, I would like to present regarding the content in the Viennah Convention Diplomatic Relations 1961 that focusing on what are the immunity and privilege being providers. First is what are the basic content in the Viennah Conventions. The first is to protections. What is protection? Protection is a compulsory thing to every administrative staff, even the diplomat agents, to ensure their mission on the state representative can be achieved successfully. What are the example immunity and privilege in Viennah Convention 1961 that emphasize the protection from each dimension? The first is Article 26. What is Article 26? Article 26 is argue about the freedom of movement, how far the diplomatic relation can be achieved in terms of their transportation, in terms of their career path. The second is Article 27 that been emphasized on the freedom of communication. What are the basic rules and do and don'ts of a diplomatic agent on how to communicate to ensure their mission of state can be achieved successfully. The third is regarding the immunity from local jurisdiction. In immunity from local jurisdiction, the Article 31, 31.2 and 37.1 has emphasized what are the exempted, how the diplomatic agents cannot be placed in any local jurisdictions. The fourth is Article 29 and Article 31.2 that been talked about the inviolability of person. As a diplomatic agent, they cannot be arrested and there cannot be detention on any arrestment by the local jurisdiction because they are immunity of diplomatic agents. The next is Article 36 that been emphasized on exemption from all custom duty and taxes, because as a diplomatic agent or administrative staff, even their family are be exempted from the local jurisdiction and local tax collections. The last and not least is Article 22, which talk about the inviolability of mission premises. As a diplomatic agent, the premises of the official resident cannot be entered, cannot be harassed by the local jurisdictions. This is about the representational state. What is the representational state? As a recipient country, they must give a full equipment or full accommodation on how to treat and how to receive the diplomatic agent from the sending state. In the Diplomatic Relations Viennah Convention of 1961, they have compiled what are the adherence by the recipient country, which have emphasized the ethical way of embassy representative international assistance should be given to the recipient country. In Article 21, it has emphasized a provision on the receiving state obligation to assist the sending state in obtaining the premises for its missions and accommodation for the member of the mission where necessary, because as a recipient country, they must treat equally of the diplomatic agent as a national state. The next is about Article 25. What is Article 25? Article 25 is an obligation complemented by the Article 25 that requires the civil state to accord full facilities for the performance of the function of the mission, because in the diplomacy, they have a reciprocity. If you treat the recipient country equally, the sending state will treat you as bad as you want. About communication. In the Viennah Convention Diplomatic Relations 1961, a lot of articles that emphasize and touch about the communication in diplomacy, because communication in diplomacy is a very crucial thing. Communication is essential tool for diplomats and ambassadors to carry out the country missions as a state representative. Effective communication is very crucial in making mutual negotiation between the sending country and the receiving country. In Article 27, the Convention has protected the freedom of the communication of the mission, especially the official missions, including the communication with the home government and the sending state, other mission and consulate by the others appropriate men, because the sending state must have to contact repeatedly with the foreign affairs about how the activity they have implemented, because in the excellent negotiation skill with the immunization of Vienna Convention 1961, in the Article 27, give a provision huge impact that on every perspective of the country affairs, especially related to the national interests, such as investment, trade, and international business. Because in the diplomacy, the main objective is a national interest that give a huge impact on the country business.
Besides the negotiations, the information aspect is the important in the diplomatic missions. Basically, promotions is promoting friendly relations, neighborliness and cooperations between states depends on mutual understanding of states' economical, political and social realities. Besides that, the diplomatic missions must perform its functions using official and officious contracts, mass media and local journals, literacy and scientific publications. Concerning this aspect, under Section D from Article 3, the 1961 Vienna Conventions stress the lawful character that any information source used by the diplomatic missions must have. For example, in Article 3, they talk about the functions of diplomatic missions consist of promoting friendly relations between the sending states and the receiving states, and developing in the economic, cultural and scientific relations. The informations, the promotion is also the important aspect in the diplomatic missions. This is because promoting friendly relations between the sending states and the receiving state, and developing their economic, cultural and scientific relations. Besides that, the task of diplomats include the promotions of good relations between their countries in all spheres. The next one is, this is a required active contacts with all sectors of the local populations, not only the officials and the elites. Diplomats also are expected to entertain guests on a regular basis, hence the need for them to have good knowledge of both universal and local protocol rules and a good practice of cross-cultural communications. So how the diplomats do the promotions? In Article 27, it's emphasized on the freedom of communications through the media and publicity. The diplomat also serves as the representative of his country and uses his public exposure and status to promote his host country's interests and policies by interacting with foreign and domestic media entities. Besides that, he might speak with his government about developments in his host country all the world as they arise and issues statements on his country's behalf to the press. He might also invite the media to join him at social function. The diplomat also could coordinate and hold online events between representatives of his home and host countries and invite members of the media and citizens of both countries to observe and interact. This is how High Commissioner of Malaysia, Dato' Sudar Devi, do diplomatic missions through Malaysian festivals. Actually, Malaysian Festival was held on 21 until 22 September 2019 in Sydney, Australia. This Malaysian Festival was to promote the culture of Malaysians to the Sydney countries. In this festival, we also can exchange the culture between the Sydney, Australia, and the Malaysians. Through this festival also, we can promote our brand, our food brand such as satay, nasi lemak, and durian.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rabiatul Aini Aliza binti Mahmuzar 262065. Today I will talk on are they equal importance, and I will be talking on the interdependence and on diplomatic missions. Interdependence. A state is interdependent with her ambassador. The ambassador plays a vital role to uphold and protect his country's national interests in the country where he is posed. The next objective of the ambassador is obviously to promote friendly relations between the country and the country of his posting. This involves proper handling of all issues with respect to nationals of his country visiting the countries of his posting for different reasons. Updating the Foreign Office in his home country about important events in the country of his posting that are likely to impact relations with his home country and negotiating certain agreements with his country, as well as resolving other critical issues that may arise at different points of time. A state really needs a representative in order to conduct her relations with other states, and the ambassador needs the state to support and give safety. It is indeed really important of the needs, the immunity for the diplomats and their representatives in order to ensure the national interests can be carried out. Next, an ambassador will smooth relations between countries, especially in the highly sensitive area of politics and trade. Aside from that, they send information about economic and political development in the host country to their home abroad. Furthermore, ambassadors also assist travelers from their home country, explain foreign policy, and evacuate refugees from hostile environment. And due to the sensitive nature of their careers, ambassadors perform all of their duties with a diplomatic demeanor. Ensuring a positive relationship between their country of residence and home nations. Diplomatic missions. What is diplomatic missions? Diplomatic missions is a representative office of national governments located in another nation's territory. On other occasions, an enterprising ambassador can play a crucial role in lifting the quality of relations between his own country and the country of his posting to a different level, which can have a far-reaching impact on geopolitical and strategic relations globally. For your information, there are many various types of names for this embassy. Embassy is a diplomatic mission located in the capital of another country, which generally offer a full range of services, including consular services. And there are also High Commissions. High Commission is an embassy of a Commonwealth country located in another Commonwealth country. And for permanent mission, it is a diplomatic mission to a major international organizations. For Consul General, a diplomatic mission located in a major city other than the capital city, which provides a full range of services, including consular services. For consulate, a diplomatic mission that is similar to a consulate general, but which does not provide full range of service. Consulate, a diplomatic mission that is like a consulate general, but which does not provide a full range of services. Consulate headed by honorary consul is a diplomatic mission headed by an honorary consul which provides only a limited range of service.
Good morning, my name is Azzaila binti Jafar. My matric number is 263619. To proceed the previous presentation, are they, which is state-to-state relation and reciprocity in context of international trades, equal importance. First element in state-to-state relation is bilateral. Bilateralism is the conduct of political, economic, or cultural relation between two sovereign states. It is in contrast to unilateralism or multilateralism, which is activity by a single state or group states. Next, when states recognize one another as sovereign states and agree to diplomatic relation, they create a bilateral relationship. So, states with bilateral ties will exchange diplomatic agents such as ambassador to facilitate dialogue. For example, in terms of economy is economic agreement such as free trade agreement (FTA) or foreign direct investment (FDI) signed by two states. So state can obtain the tailored agreement and obligation that only apply to particular contracting state. Of state-to-state relation is multilateral. What is multilateral? In the form of membership in international institutions, serve to bind powerful nations, discourage unilateralism, and give small power voice and influence. In political mission, powerful states also bind into multilateral agreement by writing the rules and having privilege such as veto power and special status. United Nations and the World Trade Organization are examples for multilateral conduct in international arena. Next, larger states often act multilateralism may involve several nations acting together, as in the UN, or may involve regional or military alliance, pact or groupings such as NATO. The last important element in state-to-state relation is unilateral. So, what is unilateral? Unilateralism is an approach in international relations in which states act without regard to the interests of other states or without their support. Besides, it usually contrasts with multilateralism because it often used in a negative way, but there are positive aspects to acting unilaterally, such as an issue of national self-defense. In 2017, the American President Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord. The Paris Climate Accord was negotiated and approved by nearly 200 nations around the world. It's an issue that is impossible to solve if states are not united. President Trump has decided to withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord because it is related to American jobs and those American interests. So, Trump's decision was opposed by average people around the world and also people in the United States.
In conclusion, we have seen that Viennah Convention Diplomatic Relation 1961 play important role for diplomatic mission for the recipient country and the host country. Because this Viennah Convention provide a framework to the diplomatic agents, to the foreign affairs on how they want to implement the diplomatic mission in a good manner. We, as a team, equally agree this Viennah Convention must be sustained and retained for the continuous involvement in the diplomatic mission. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.